Hello, this is a guide update for my Totem Gemling Legionnaire, one-shotting 6-man pinnacle bosses, off-screen AFKing all mechanics, 892% delirium, 64,000 mod quad tablet, T84 Fub Gunner Supreme mapping. This build does it all. And in this video, I will go over all the gear, gems, jewels, and the passive tree, including crafting guide clips for every major piece over on my Twitch/PathofKY live right now, as well as a full written leveling and endgame guide with setups for all budget levels, which I will link below. First, start off with a brief overview of the mechanics of the build. This is our character, level 97, KY_! We are using Arc, linked in Spell Totem. Arc's quality from Gemling is projectiles deal more damage with hits per each remaining chain. So we stack up a bunch of quality with Paragon on our amulet, a Fox Idol in our belt, and quality from Gemling small passives, along with the Dominus's Grass support for 100% more chains, giving us about 180% more damage, along with Spell Totem, which kind of double dips on that effect, giving 22% increased cast speed per summon totem. We summon 6 totems, so that is 132% increased cast speed, along with Archmage and a bunch of mana, which allows us to bypass the downside of Archmage with the spells costing more mana. That does not apply to our totems, and the bonus quality also giving a huge amount of as extra lightning damage. We are also now going low life within that Zeri's Communion. You by no means need this to play this build. I have setups for all budget levels, along with Blasphemy with Enfeeble Temp Chains for a huge amount of defense, and Elemental Weakness with Aziri's Allure and Cursed Ground, which bypasses the downside of Aziri's Allure, normally reflecting the curse back onto you. This just bypasses that, so we can effectively have 3 curses. I'll first start off by hovering over each piece of gear in case anybody just wants to immediately copy it, and then afterwards I'll go over each piece of gear, gear stat priorities, how to craft each piece, and how they work together. So starting off with our wand here, we have any wand base with +5 to level of all lightning spell skills. Most important stats after that are going to be the crit chance suffix with the alloy +1 level of all spell skills and mana hybrid mod, followed by spell damage increase and or elemental damage increase. As extra lines are good as well for your prefixes. We don't really care too much about a third suffix, but an ideal third suffix would be cast speed, but it's pretty hard to get both the increased damage, which is the most important part on our prefixes, and that suffix, so I've opted to just forego a suffix and go that !G wand to how to craft this. Here we have our pretty much maxed out helmet at this point. Most important stats are going to be just the total value of energy, shield, and mana combined for the most amount of mana possible, and then res suffixes, intelligence is good too, and then increased spirit reservation efficiency of skills is a desecrated mod that helps bring down our totem costs. You don't need that. You can also go for stuff like crit chance would be the next best mod, or just anything else you need. !G helmet for how to craft this. We have our scepter here. I just bought this scepter for about 15-20 divines, I believe. You can find these things for pretty cheap by looking on the right hand side, increased spirit. Don't use the left hand side, flat spirit. Look for ones that are missing a socket in them, missing the rabbit idol, and then you can apply an alloy to this for increased effective socketed items, and you can get yourself a bargain that way. I just bought this, but I will craft a perfect one, !G scepter, for when I do that. Here we have our amulets. It's a spirit, spell skills, cast speed, quality, desecration suffix amulet, !G amulet for how to craft this. You pretty much are always going to have like a dead prefix on this one. There's very few third prefixes that we really care about. It's basically impossible to get it on there, but yep. As for our body armor here, we have pretty much our maxed body armor almost. Spirit is the most important line, followed by the total energy shield value on the item for our mana, and then 2 res suffixes ideally, and a desecration for increased spirit reservation of skills. This is a huge bonus. Is basically a huge chunk of spirit extra that we get back, and it's kind of low weighted on the desecration pool, but !G body for how to craft this. Next up, we have the Magmonic Ring. The most important stats here are the fact that it is a Magmonic Ring with the increased maximum mana. Most important stats after that are the just flat mana, followed by the Essence of the Mind for increased maximum mana, and then suffixes. You can get a lot of different things here. Ideally, mana regeneration rate would be one of them. Unfortunately, I did not get that. I'll have to come back to it later, but res, int, all of that is good as well. And for our other ring, just a Calandra's Touch just to double this ring. Here we have ourselves a pair of +2 Proj gloves. These things are a little bit of a pain to craft, but got through it. Basically, you're just fracturing the Proj speed, rolling for +2, getting the mana and energy shield and all that, and then guaranteeing crit damage bonus suffix. If you are on a budget, you are just looking for the maximum amount of mana and energy shield value total for these, with res, crit damage bonus suffix is great, you know, rarity, whatever you want, but exclamation mark G gloves for how to craft this exact pair. For our belt here, we are just still using a Darkness Enthroned of the body armor variant with a Rune of the Blossom and Fox Idol. Fox Idol giving the 9% quality, which is a huge damage boost, and Rune of the Blossom, which how this works is it scales the spirit value up, but it does not scale the minus spirit value until you hit 100%. So ideally, your belt is going to have between 90 and 99% increased effect of socketed augment items, again, of the body armor variety. Here I have a pair of boots. These things have been pretty heavily fub gunnered, so I just bought a pair that had a 35% movement speed and good combination of energy shield, mana, any decent suffixes. I YOLO'd on an Essence of Horror for the increased effect of socketed items, and then Vowed. I saved literally hundreds of divines doing it this way. You should absolutely do it as well. As for our jewels, we have a couple things. We have a Prism of Belief +2 arc. You do not need this by any means necessary. It's literally not even that much better than just a regular rare jewel. But we have just a rare jewel with spell damage, crit damage bonus, elemental damage. Any increases or crit mods are great. We also have a big jewel here. How to craft this, exclamation mark big jewel. Just crit damage mods, 3 suffixes. AoE doesn't do anything. I need to actually come back to this one and fix that up. A Hearted Well with double as extra and double crit. This thing cost me, I think, 7 divines. The double as extra doesn't do that much because we already have a ton of as extra. So you can actually go for just like increased spell lines. Even maybe a exclamation mark big jewel that has been crafted for 3 prefixes and increase would be good because we are pretty low on percent increase at the moment. Next up, I'll go over our gems here. We have our Purity of Fire. This can be any purity, ice, lightning, that's fine. With Vitality 2, Seraph's Heart, Cool Headed, Clarity 2, Warm Blooded. We have our Spell Totem with Arc, Dominus's Grasp, Execute 3, Urgent Totems 3, and Scion's Temper. You can swap out Scion's Temper for an array of things. Vitalis Propulsion is pretty good. Ashes Prowess is really good for single target, or a Diala's would be really good as well. And Bitter can be pretty good for moving ground effects, but it does cut your damage by a lot. And then Zenith 2 is also a decent option for single target. We have Frost Bomb with Spell Echo, Potent Exposure, Zenith 2, and Efficiency 2. We have our Elemental Weakness with Heightened Curse, Efficiency 2, Atziri's Allure, and Cursed Ground. We have Archmage with Lightning Mastery, Atziri's Communion, her Declaration. Armor Demolisher 2 is just to balance out our gems for our Gemling Legionnaire Ascendency. We have Mana Tempest with Advancing Storm, Efficiency 2, Armor Demolisher 2, again, just to balance our strength and int gems. We have Mana Remnants with Remnant Potency 1, Harmonic Remnants 2, Blasphemy with Ritualistic Curse, Mag Area 2, Enfeeble, and Temporal Chains. A Diala's would be a good option to put in here, and then Charge Regulation. And also we have a Power Siphon with just a bunch of random red support gems in here, just to balance our strength and int gems for gem studded. As for our weapon sets, Purity of Fire is set to both, Spell Totem is set to just set 1, Frost Bomb is set to just set 2, Elemental Weakness is set to just set 2, Archmage is set to both, Mana Tempest is set to set 1, Mana Remnants is set to both, Blasphemy set to both, and Charge Regulation set to both. And our offhand weapon is just right-clicking this button up here to lock our sets to opposite sides. You can also use a Chiming Staff in your offhand, and if you do that, you're going to need to disable pretty much all of your Spirit Gems to be on just set 1, and so you don't desummon your totems. As for our Ascendency, we're starting off with Essence of Virtue into Advanced Thaumaturgy, followed by Neurological Implants, and then finally Gem Studded. As for our passive tree, we are pathing out here, picking up all of the totem placement speed nodes, some decently efficient lightning nodes, and ancestral alacrity for more totem placement speed, a jewel socket, coming up here grabbing crit, pain attunement, low life cast speed nodes, totem nodes, ancestral bond, working our way up here into exposure nodes, lightning damage nodes, a lot of mana stuff up here, and then more crit and spirit preservation efficiency, and a bunch of jewel sockets along with Eldritch Battery. As for our weapon sets, which is our first weapon set right here, we have Supportive Ancestors, Ancestral Reach, Barbaric Strength, Electrifying Nature, Sigil of Lightning, Ancestral Alacrity, Ancestral Conduits, and then Pure Power. As for our second weapon set, we're just picking up a bunch of Curse and Exposure nodes, Lingering Whispers, Master of Hexes, Overexposure, Decrepifying Curse, Impending Doom. So that's going to be it from me. If you like this video, leave it a like, and if you want to see more updates to this build or other builds I do in the future, subscribe now. If you have any questions, check out the FAQ in the comment section below, or leave a comment yourself and I will respond ASAP. I'm live right now and every day at twitch.tv/pathofky, so stop by and I will help you out. I'm just going to leave a bit of raw footage at the end here showcasing a full map so you can get an idea if this is something you'd like to play. And yeah, thanks for watching.
One down.
Yes! Oh my god! Let's go!
Hi, I'm Chris Wilson from Grinding Gear Games.
Subscribe now and like the video.